You know, a lot of people don't get out of paralyzation. They get out of broken backs. I mean, the bodies, it's amazing what it can do, but you don't hear people just miraculously coming out of being paralyzed. I moved to New York in summer of 2002. Started working in the advertising industry, creative director and design director. You know, we grew up in a small town, and I think the only thing I kind of feared growing up was being stuck in that same town. So I was always rebellious. My parents probably had a harder time with me growing up than my brothers. I was the middle child, and I was always trying to seek, I think, something different. I would say I was always into cars. I always liked the aesthetic of them. My first impression of the Defender, thought it was just looked different. It was very boxy, very simple, very minimalistic. Yeah, that kind of sense of adventure, what the car could do, where the car could bring you. I think that kind of drew me into the allure of the Defender. I kind of wanted to start my own business, and that's when I transitioned full into just Brooklyn Coachworks. The transition from the advertising to Brooklyn Coachworks and building beautiful Defenders for people was very slow. During this time, running the magazine and also running Brooklyn Coachworks, it was me traveling with my favorite car, almost being on a Camel Trophy trip myself. A lot of those trips would show me what type of vehicle would fit best for all-around use. I feel to be very self-reliant, which is funny now. I look at it, I'm so calm now. When anything breaks down, I'll have catastrophic, engine failure in the middle of nowhere, and I'm cool as a cucumber, which is insane to me. Back then, it was like, your alternator would break down and you're an hour from home and you're crying because you don't know what to do. 20 years of ownership of a Defender, I can get myself out of any sticky situation I can see myself in. We flew into Milan. We rented a little Fiat Panda. I drove about 2 hours, and I got tired. I told, my salesman at the time, I said, hey, take over, you drive. And I wake up to Mike screaming at me. I fell asleep at the wheel. I fell asleep. I'm sorry. And we're going off this cliff. It was probably about a 30-foot cliff embankment. And I remember going sideways down this ravine and smacking right into this big wall and rolling onto the passenger side. I go to move my right leg, and my right leg isn't moving. And I immediately thought, all right, my right leg's broken. I try to pick up my left leg, that is not moving. So instinctively, okay, I probably broke both my legs because I remember having my legs out. Then I'm tracing up and I don't feel anything. So I'm thinking, all right, maybe my hips are broken. I probably broke something on my hips. Fire department chopped the top off the car, pulled me out, put me in a stretcher, and I was just seeing sky until I got to got into the ambulance and started driving to the hospital. And at this point, I have no idea what's happening, but I fractured my L1, L3, and I was, paralyzed from the waist down. The doctor came up to me that night and he grabbed my arm. He said, if I don't operate tonight, you're going to walk again. So at that point, I got pretty serious in my mind, and then I knew I was going to be a paraplegic for the rest of my life. After 3 days passed, my toes started wiggling, and they moved me into intensive care, and then they basically said, we got to start walking every day. You guys just start walking. We were there for 2 months in rehab every day, just trying to get better, going into physical therapy every day. That was incredibly difficult. I just, you get depressed, you get super sad about what happened. And the first day I got back here and I was kind of able to move again, I got in my Defender and I pushed in the clutch, I pushed in the gas, I drove around the block, one block, and I came back crying and I said, all right, I'm gonna drive this home. So, yeah. Good feeling. That's all I wanted to do. Yeah, to drive these cars and have that almost be taken away from you is ridiculously tough for somebody, especially being over there for 2 months. You do not know if you can actually drive a car. I feel like it doesn't impact me as it used to. Could always be there, I don't know where it is. I have it marked on a map, just kind of fucked up. But yeah, it's nice to know that like that's some place that happened and I can walk away from that. And it, didn't affect me. I'm not buried there, I'm not dead there, I walked away from that, so yeah, I don't know. That's changed me a lot.